Welcome to the GX75 documentary, where this old girl came along into the channel, not only of my personal YouTube channel, Kitten Plays 23, but of when I officially became the owner of this old machine. Today is a documentary, and we're going to be talking about how this old machine not only came up into my ownership, the upbringing of this mower, how it works, how it's made, and part of its backstory, or history, if you will. The story starts way back when I first gained ownership of it back in December 10th of 2023. This old mower had its keys handed to me, which first parts began when this old mower not only got its first looks, but got its official home right here. First off, we're going to start off with bringing this bad boy out, let you guys see her running. We're going to talk about its history, and then go into the backstories, and also have a few interviews as well, mainly by one person. So first off, let's get her started, get her out, and then make sure that you guys get a good look at what it can do. Now, due to a lot of damage, this old mower does have a horrible ticking coming straight from the transaxle itself. It's gone through a lot of damage. You won't only hear the engine, but rather knocking coming from the transaxle below. Some of these parts in the back, triangle, exhaust, are not stock, but rather a modification. Recently, when the official battery stopped working, or the new official battery, no longer has reverse gear. That's the first time in 4 months that this thing started. With no brakes here. We're gonna bring her up over here to let you guys get a full look. This is the GX75. Much rather a rather old mower that came along back in 2023. This mower in specific is the 1993 John Deere GX75. Coming along with an engine not only just used in the GX75, but in other series mowers, including the RX-73, as well, being a Kawasaki 9-horse, high torque, 9 horsepower electric start, balanced overhead valve, cast iron cylinder, K-series John Deere engine. Originally to be a great engine in this mower that, if you can tell, when it has problems, you can't just kill this thing. It'll keep fighting. So, let's get on with how it looks today. The original GX75 has seen better days, but today, clear paint damage, as long as a chute that has been damaged throughout the lifespan. This one originally salvaged from an RX-73, although it is the same one that does belong to the GX75. A spare tire on the rear, modified flap cap with a muffler, welded onto the original exhaust, damaged plates, a hitch, the original rear tire, a warning triangle, which does not have the faceplate, damaged cover, a cap that actually isn't the original. I do have the actual original cap. That is until we can get this cap working or get the actual original. Plastic severely damaged. You can tell by the throttle's no longer in here, and missing panels as well. Even to the point where we've had crashes in this thing. We will explain those later. So we're gonna first explain the engine, how it works, if you don't know a 4-stroke. Then we're gonna move on to the inner workings, because this is a fully functional GX75 despite the major amount of damage. First off, coming inside the seat, you have the bay where your battery sits, giving your original battery, which is the third battery I've actually put in this thing, including the original seat, which has suffered months and months of continuous damage. You have your parking brake, which does not work due to the lack of brakes, due to the wear and tear, making the brakes non-functional. Your engagement lever for the deck, your level for the deck, which if we drop that down, you'll see this thing actually gets lower due to via linkage underneath. You'll see the clearance does in fact change as long as the front supports also belong, but the rear of the deck is actually supported within the bay, where you can see the original linkages are actually hooked. This lever goes from here all the way up into here. You can tell. And once it moves this entire linkage in here. And you also have your engagement lever over here, which if you watch the underside, does indeed engage. Engagement lever is not very thin at all. You can briefly see it. You have your shift lever. This has 5 gears including reverse, which currently doesn't work. Those all go underneath the mower, where we will indeed show later on. First off, we're going to start with just the simple stuff, including your steering, which is a near 90-degree steering. Used to turn more, but due to damage it doesn't. But yeah, it's a near 90-degree steering angle. It's better off if I show this wheel. You can tell suicide knob is not original either. Then you have your clutch and your brake as well, which also moves the clutch because they're hooked together. You also do have instructions on here, including even how to work your parking brake. Push parking brake out. Take your parking brake, drop it down, and you actually have to twist it, and that does indeed lock the parking. You can see my foot isn't really on it at all, but yeah. So now, when the engine is running, have the original fuel tank, which all goes through the fuel shutoff into the carb, which is then controlled underneath the entire intake. Once your intake has been removed, you can get a look at its inner workings. And how it does run. You must have the blades off, your gear shift in neutral, and ideally your throttle at minimum to get it running. Due to also damage and wear and tear on the engine, you do have to get the throttle set to minimum as it's turning over. You'll see when I move the throttle, full, minimum. You can also control it via tabs. This is max throttle, once you got it warmed up, of course. This is your minimum choke. And you can tell with wear and tear, it does not run properly. But when you go at max, you can bypass the governor by using tabs. Tell it's not running too well due to the lack of running, as it's been sitting for about 4 months. It will clear out eventually. Now we're going to get the deck running and get a bit of footage of the mower actually running and mowing in its prime and nature. Then we got a trailer to move, which will show you guys a bit of the towing capacity of the mower. And there it is. When the engine fails to run properly. However, it should be able to start right back up. Once you're here, you want to go max throttle. Make sure your deck height is where you want it. Turn the blades and watch it spit. Also select your gear. I like to go with second or third. See where we want to run over the grass patch. Off, neutral, minimum throttle, and if you want to kill it, you just turn your key off. Now to get the GX75 hooked up, I'll show you guys how you do that. You want to make sure you buy a hitch, set it on the rear, and this does have a very high towing capacity. This trailer over here weighs several hundred pounds, and this mower doesn't struggle and doesn't even wheelie, it just tows. Though you do not get a hitch when this mower is out of the factory. You have to buy the hitch yourself. Hook up like any normal trailer. The moment you have it hooked up, stuff will drag due to the low ride height, but it does indeed tow. Also, don't be afraid to fear about multitasking. The mower has also been fitted, obviously, with the Kawasaki 9-horse, which is incredible. You can already tell how it was running way better when I pulled it up here. But now, to look at how the suspension works, there isn't actual suspension, but rather a sway bar, where the suspension just rather tilts the body to your tie rod, to your drag link, which connects both wheels. When you turn your wheel, those two turn. That gear turns, which turns that gear turns, which turns that big gear, which turns these in return. You can tell everything else is hooked up underneath. You guys can tell. And then you get to your transaxle underneath, which has lots and lots of inner workings. Now, when it comes to the inner workings, there is a lot. A lot you can't see as well, simply just by looking at it. There's a lot. And it all comes down to your wiring, your oil, and everything else, which goes from here down to the transaxle, which does spin the wheels. Now, when you want to go inside, you can tell there is a single blade that does every inch of work you see on our GX75. You can grab the blade, as you can tell. Sharp boy. And all that has to correlate with the inner workings under here. The belt has to have slack when not connected, otherwise it will always be spinning. But this mower, back in 1991, when this mower first started out, the GX75 was just a thought. It took designers quite a bit of time to actually come up with the design on how it was going to be made. But when it did come out, it was a very pleasing design and came with a lot of add-ons. Due to how capable it was, you could attach multiple add-ons, including a front weight, which already has the mounting holes for it by factory. You could have a bagger that bags everything, or even have a mulching kit. And due to its compact size, they even offered the add-on of having a cover that sat on top that covered the entire mower. Obviously, this mower was a lot different. This one was branded by Ice Implement before they went out of business, which makes this mower truly even more special when this one came out in 1993, this specific model. If you want to find any details, you can go for the tags or ID on the engine, or simply go for your identification. This tells you everything. If you simply plug this in right here, the MOG GX75 X04045988, you will get details, the engine, and everything it has, including that this specific model was produced back in 1993. You always want to make sure to have your manuals, have all your stickers and whatnot. And now we're going to go back to the story. We're going to head inside and we're going to talk about the backstory, how I got this thing, how it's here today. And then later head on to an interview. We'll see how that all goes. But the original mower, which I've had stored all the way back in here. This is where the mower is kept. I've built this garage by hand entirely. You can tell the decks are different, but when you look at the engine, this one here does indeed have the same engine, despite the different tags. That's because this is an older model. This one also is a pull start. This one currently won't run due to the lack of fuel. So we're here. I do have notes. But how did this mower originally start out? Now, the John Deere GX75, as you all know, is a reliable mower. But it did originally start out as a economical rear-engine riding lawnmower designed for small to medium resident lawns. Featuring a 9-horse Kawasaki engine and a 30-inch cutting deck, it entered production in 1996. It says 1996, but that's when the GX75 had actually began full-on production. But the original mower was started back in 1989, was when it was first actually started out and when the first GX75 was born. Now, with the production fully entering in 1996 as a lightweight, simple design, often praised for its maneuverability, it served a very reliable entry option. Now, I'm going to have to read my notes here. The production cost was around $1,900 back in 1996 when it entered its full production. The engine was a 9-horsepower single-cylinder Kawasaki engine known for its relatively quiet capability of getting the job done, though it is not overly powerful, being just a small 9-horse, as other mowers did have around the same horsepower around this time. Though its design is a rear engine RER, which stands for rear engine, often favored because of its smaller footprint, which means how big it is, basically how much space it takes up. And it is very good at maneuvering small spots, and it's known for being also lightweight and not leaving tracks on the ground. Because of how lightweight it is, the tires just let it glide. The transmission is a simple transmission actually designed straightforward for operation, and is not designed for torque, speed, or power, which makes it distinguishing and is slightly smaller than earlier models, like the SX75. This was one of these siblings. Though when this mower first started, it served as just a nice option for budget and also for reliability. But the real story here to the GX75 I have, my personal one, starts way back, and we're going to start out with when I got it. It first been teasing me earlier in January of 2023. My grandpa was planning to move out. I had waited and eventually kind of started to lose hope until the one point where my grandpa did finally move. And that's when it started, all on December 9th, 2023. A beautiful day out. We were heading over to my grandpa's house where the GX75 sat. Tires flat, rust, lots of rust, which a lot of this rust was just sitting there as dust, pretty much. Most of it wasn't even on the paint, it was just sitting on top of the paint, which you could wipe off with your hand. The tires flat, the engine no longer running. It looked useless, and my grandpa had doubts that it would ever run again, due to the mower sitting for over about 2 to 3 years. It'd been sitting, never ran again. And it started out about 3 years earlier in 2020 during COVID, when the GX75, when I could no longer go over to my grandpa's house, the GX75, just before that, had actually stopped working. My grandpa had no clue what was wrong with it. It sat for around 3 years. Fast forward yet again to December 9th of 2023, I was handed the very keys. But this wasn't until later in the day. First, we had to load it onto the trailer, which was a pain. Due to the flat tires, the deck would constantly catch. But the moment we finally got it on, we got it over to my grandma's house. And due to my channel being extremely small, only having around 2 to 3 subscribers at the time, I only was a shorts YouTuber at the time, only having uploaded about 4, maybe 5 shorts at this time. It's now December 10th, the next day. This is where things really took off a kick. Mower officially was brought onto the channel this day as well. The mower made its first ever appearance. The mower did seem helpless at first. I'm going to show you guys footage of when I first got this mower and how I was at the time. You guys can look at my channel, Kitten Plays 23, the Z instead of an S. And once you go down to the channel, go to your shorts and go all the way down, or just click oldest. You'll see, I believe, the third short, which will also show footage of, was one of my most popular shorts, a 30-second clip. Let's show this footage real quick.
So just yesterday we got this my lawnmower here, and do you have the key? This is a rear engine. So once I find where the key goes, oh, found it. Okay. But this, we do know that the battery is dead. Got it. So see here, crank. It does not start. Battery's dead. I'm not sure what else would be wrong.
I was later on notified that the battery had actually been fully dead and needed to be replaced. That leads up to the next short. This short right here gained over 6,390 views, and this only happened within 3 days.
So guys, I just got done removing the battery from the John Deere here, because since it's cold, I don't want the battery to get junked because of the cold since it's dead. So
that clip actually is only 15 seconds long, but the battery was removed on December 11th. The next video I have fast forwards all the way until December 12th, the next day, when I had managed to get a new battery.
guys, we found out last video that the battery was dead, so we got a brand new one in there. So we got all that stuff engaged, so it should be ready. I'm gonna press this. I don't know if that's needed to start or not, but turn the key here and see if she starts. Okay, Stop. Idle. 3, 2, 1.
This is when things would go wrong, and I would later find out that the solenoid was bad. I had no clue of this, however, and struggled to get the motor to shut off, later having to slam the seat to engage the solenoid to shut it off. You can see I am no longer holding the key. The solenoid, which has failed, is now holding the ignition wide open. I now have to get this thing to shut off, which resorts to me slamming the seat, which has the engagement switch below. Slam one.
You gotta slam the seat.
You heard the click. That's when the solenoid popped and stopped. This would go on for around 3 weeks. That would go on for about 3 more weeks, I do believe, if I am correct. But then you want to fast forward. This would actually go on until April 13th of 2024, when the John Deere GX75 would be worked on by my grandma's friend, Dave, who now unfortunately is in the hospital. But this video, I was extremely proud, because after shooting a shish load of carb cleaner into the carb and tapping the solenoid with a wrench, she came to life. I had not been there when the mower first started, however.
So, you guys see my grandma's friend is out there helping me.
You can briefly hear in the background the engine running.
We currently have the lawnmower actually running. We changed solenoid, it's changed ready now, it just needs an oil.
So it needed an oil change at this point, but I hadn't actually given it an oil change until a long time later. This was about 5 minutes ago, or this was 5 minutes after the fact. I had uploaded another short, getting close to the actually running GX75, which was the first time it was running on the channel.
So, currently the lawnmower was...
It had a crap load of oil in the system being overfilled and was actually spitting oil out of the exhaust. You can tell by the tire.
Oil had too much, so it spit out all that extra oil. So it's gonna need a new oil change.
Now the mower does go through a lot of happy memories, which we're going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys some of the fun moments we've had with the GX75, including when I had given it a 34-degree cold start.
Alright, cold start. Here you go, Smash.
I had my brother there at the time to actually hold my camera.
See if the old girl runs. Oh, it turned. No. Hey, you ready to see what it does? Yeah.
It was indeed running. You can hear that. That is from the transaxle, because this video here I am showing you guys, if you want to see, actually is from January 16th of 2026.
Is this a YouTube video? Is this a YouTube video game?
Yes, that is my actual name. Third gear, and believe it or not, it moved forward. And here's the thing, Google, ChatGPT, when John Deere says, this was impossible. This girl, being from 1993, just got up, ran, and went forward, stalled twice, but still, it didn't fight very much. Later on, I had another cold start at 6 degrees.
Will it start or will it die? 6 degrees outside. Feels like -8. Let's get back to good view. Where do I?
And there it goes. It comes to life.
There she goes. I plan on returning to the channel next week. Be there to see that event happen. Next week.
The oil I have in there is rated for -10 degrees. But, sadly, if you do go back in time a little bit, the GX75 had gotten into an accident on March 8th, 2025. One accident nearly ruined the entire mower. I barely managed to limp it home.
Everybody, and we're here with another update. So I had a tiny accident in the lawnmower, ending up in me hitting this front end, smashing into a curb. And it's pretty bad. I'm gonna have to get tape.
The clutch had slipped, forcing the mower's front end off the ground uncontrollably into a curb.
Yeah, new steering rack.
It's a drag link.
So, as you guys can see, this one is probably, I'm gonna say probably aimed at like 30 degrees. Well, this one is probably just about 87 degrees.
Talking about the angle, you guys can see the wheel was not supposed to be that far.
The complete difference on it. I can see that the rack
Drag link.
is entirely bent.
You can see it's like a banana. Until today, when you guys obviously saw it running. But more on that. Based on what I know, I had later got the GX75 new drag link, or not a new drag link, a repaired drag link. And later on, found out after, having to work it in, drag link, although it was fine, it wasn't the only issue. The spindles are also damaged, but not enough to make a severe difference. Only about a difference of one wheel being about 5, maybe 10 degrees off. Though in the automotive world, at high speeds, that can be highly dangerous. But how the mower got here today is a lot of a story. That thing has gone through 2 years of winter operation, which led to the batteries finally dying, and I had to get a new one today. But if you go back through the timeline of me owning it, it had a fender brake, solenoid was replaced, carburetor dismantled and flushed out, fuel lines flushed out, new fuel filter, which looks like the old one now, a new air filter, a failing fuel shutoff, which sometimes kills the engine. It's had a dead battery, dead solenoid. I've replaced the belt for the deck twice, and I've removed the transaxle a few times, about 3. The mower itself has also had the drag link done and needs a lot of grease put in the spindles, which I believe the system is currently running dry, which is dangerous, but currently is how it has to be. The oil is a tad bit overfilled at the moment, if I am correct, but by now it should be at normal. Though it's only over by a sliver, because, human error, you can't tell where it is all the time. Well, it's either a sliver over or under by, like, literally a sliver. But besides that, it is due for an oil change probably within a month or so of work. But yeah, we're going to get into an interview with my grandma because she knows quite a bit of its backstory. And after that, we're going to jump in and get the little bit more of a view of the GX75 running, and that will be just about it. And I have done this before, but I will set the phone on the ground, and you might possibly just get a view of the GX75 with the deck on, driving over the phone. The phone won't be damaged either. I've done this before. So yeah, let's go have an interview, folks. Alright, interview time. So, how did Grandpa originally get the mower?
Well, he moved into a house out in the country with a lot of lawn, and he knew that he needed something more than just a push mower. So he looked around and he saw somebody had one for sale sitting in their yard. It was a John Deere Rider. He bought it.
So this mower, was it new? Was it used?
It was used, but the people who had it maintained very well all the time.
So when he got it, was it running? Did it have any pieces missing from it?
No, it was running. Everything was there. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was an older couple that was selling it.
Yeah, you can tell it's 1993, so it must have been running really well when he got it.
It was running very well. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So do you have any memories of when I used to ride this when I was little?
Oh yeah, we used to go up at Grandpa's house. That was your grandpa? And Gabriel, you want to cut my grass? You get to ride the mower. And
I remember the time when I would jump up and be like, yeah, Grandpa's
Can I cut
out.
your grass, Grandpa? Yes. Many weekends we'd go out there and he'd let you take it down on the road he was laying on was a dead end road anyway, up a hill. And he used to let you take it up and down the road there.
That road was probably at least a mile long.
It was about a mile long. Yes, And he'd let you take the mower out and drive it on it was just a one-way street. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, that mower was really fun. But there'd always be something. I mean, there was rare times where it'd be fine, but remember how they would either run out of fuel or there would be a problem where it would just randomly stop working?
Yeah, well, I think the most that he put into that mower was when, besides, maintaining the engine, I think he had to buy a tire once.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
It vibrates when you run it on the road.
Yeah. That's about all that he had put into it, actually. And then when he decided to move out from the country into the city, of course, Gabriel kind of attached that little John Deere, so
I couldn't lose that thing, no.
He brought it into town by Grandma's house, and now that's what you use to cut my grass.
Yep, I remember when we picked it up, it had them flat tires. It was just sitting there. It sat for what, 3 years it sat without running?
It sat for about 3 years without running, yeah.
It was around COVID time when it stopped.
So
Grandpa didn't, I believe, do you know what happened to it? Why he stopped using it?
he had surgery. That's another reason why he moved out from the country. Because he had to have surgery. Both of his knees were bad.
Yeah.
So then, it was, he just quit trying to maintain because he had a huge yard. He had at least an acre of yard there.
Yeah.
And so he decided to downsize
and that surgery is what left to the more sitting and no longer being used.
Right, wasn't being used. He just He just didn't do any more.
And this
with it.
was when around COVID when this happened?
No, it was later. It was later than that. It was later than that.
I mean, it was at least 2020 when he stopped using it, wasn't it? Not?
About, yeah, at least I would say, yeah.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say about it?
Nothing. Just that. Ever since that you with your John Deere, it seems like every time you see a John Deere mower, you want to buy them all. You want a fleet of John Deeres.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
whatever we can do.
Yes.
I mean, I'm wearing the shirt after all.
Yeah, and you got a cap. But it is a good. It is a good. It is a good mower. Yes, it is very good mower.
It's a very reliable one too.
Very reliable. And the people out at John Deere, they get to know you.
Yep, I've got connections with
Yeah,
John
and
Deere
then you
now.
walk in the door, here's Gabriel again. Yep. Something for his John Deere. Yeah.
Yeah, we've gone through quite a bit with that mower, haven't
yeah.
we?
Oh yeah. It's the kind of things that we make in this country that last a long time because they're well built. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mower's gone through hell and back.
Yeah.
Especially with Dave Trice, how he's the whole reason why it got running. I had no clue what was wrong with it.
Yeah, because when he brought it here, it ran. You had to do a little adjusting on some of that stuff. You did a little fixing on it.
It didn't work right away though. I believe what Dave Trice said was the solenoid had to be replaced.
Yeah, you had to do some fixing on it when it got here, but you got it going.
To get the engine to first work, we got a new battery, and it turned over right away.
Yes.
There was no hesitation,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
once it started turning over, it wouldn't stop. That's when the solenoid went.
Okay.
It was done.
Could even maybe be the reason why Grandpa stopped using it too, maybe. He didn't want to put any more money into it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
That mower's been... The mower's what now? We're in 2026. That thing is from 1993.
Oh, we guys gonna see. We've had it, what about, all together here? About 3 years.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you go 26 and you want to add 7 to that,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's what? It's almost approaching 40 years old soon.
Yeah. Well, it's just, what, 75?
It's from 1993.
1993 it is?
Yeah.
It's a 93, okay.
So yeah, 26, 27, 28, 26. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 20, 30. The thing's 33, maybe 34 years old now.
Yes, uh-huh.
It's an old one.
It's an old one. It's an old one, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it fights every time it breaks down. It just fights. It doesn't want to die.
Well, the thing is, if you maintain something well enough, you're going to run it for a very long time.
I mean, think back to your older car, getting a little bit off topic here. Your car that used to vapor lock all the time. It'd vapor lock in the middle of the street. Kids, get out of the car! Freaking dump the bucket of water.
I have to go to the
engine.
house, that neighbor's house, people's house, and ask for a bucket of water. Pour it over the top of the engine to cool it down, and she'd start up again and go.
That must have been a Chevy.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what. I can't remember. That's pretty. You gotta figure my kids were little. My kids were all under the age of 5. And how old are they now? Butch is 79, Jackie 78. Yeah, it's a long time ago. It's hard to remember. Yeah.
I mean, you're what, 90?
89.
You're 89.
I'll be 89 next
You're
month.
just remembering this must be a hard time.
It is, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But I'm glad.
Actually, when you think back, all the different cars we had, and we couldn't afford new stuff, so we had to buy used. And the fun you had with it until it died, and
you would use it until
it died. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, the car's got no oil and I can't put oil in it because it's got an oil leak. I'll use it till the engine explodes.
Mm-hmm.
You got everything out of it until you had to replace it.
Right. Uh-huh.
Especially with John Deere, has that reputation. If you got a failing fuel pump, that engine's not just going to shut off and die. It's going to fight. It's going to fight for its life. It's going to keep running until it's impossible.
If you misuse an engine or anything, yes, it's not going to last very long. If you're good to it,
But John Deere just has that reputation. You can't kill them.
it does. It's
Nothing runs like a deer. That's
Yeah.
the old slogan.
That's about it. Yeah, that's about it.
And that mower out there is especially special because it's sponsored by Ice Implement before Reese and Rochelle took over.
Yes. Uh-huh.
That's what must have made it very special when Grandpa got it. Because having a brand put on there, another brand sponsoring it, that's museum quality there. I mean, Ice Implement also sponsors the RX-73 I have. But now they're out of business because Reese and Chanel were like, no, we're going to buy you out.
Well, it's just that the other people, it's under different names. Someone else took it over. Yeah. It's there yet. Just, oh yeah.
Yeah. It's been a long time with that one.
Oh yeah, it has.
Well, thank you for the questions.
Do I have any questions?
Do you have... Well,
No. Oh, I don't have any questions. I get to watch what you do every time you work on it.
I know I gotta mow your lawn later. And
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. The end result is I get my lawn mower with it.
And I get $30 out of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for your time.
There we go. Oh, not so hard. Not so hard.
Gotta be careful with them wrists.
Yeah. All right. Is that off?
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, it's off. It's off. Okay. I can wipe my nose on my hand and my sleeve.
You don't like
a sandwich? Want me to make you a sandwich?
Sure.
I'll make you one.
Yeah. All right. So now, with the ending of this documentary here, I hope you all loved the footage here we've covered with this. We're going to get a little bit of an edit here for you all with it running with a classical song in the background. Obviously the song isn't really related to the GX75, but it is a good farm song if you ever want to play a farming sim with it. So let's get into it. Enjoy the last few moments of the documentary here, and yeah, enjoy. Thank you guys for your time. See you guys in the next one. Thank you all for your time. Hello everybody, Kitten Plays here. Kitten Plays 23 times I play. Today we're going to be not only mowing this lawn, which definitely needs a bit of mowing, but multitasking because we have to tow that trailer around as well. So like I said, we're gonna have to drop the trailer off at some point, but you guys get to watch the magnificent scenes of towing a trailer and mowing the lawn at the same time. Hey, we might need some water. I think she's over. I think the magneto's moving because it's hot. Alright. Don't worry. I'm making sure not to get on the block too much, but time to go cool her down. that fuel shutoff is cutting off our fuel supply. And it's suffering. I really gotta get that replaced. Every time it
Yeah, I better check the gas in there.
It's got plenty of fuel.
Oh, okay.
I know it does because it's got a full tank. Am I gonna have to douse it in freaking just starting fluid? Well, not douse it in starting fluid, but seriously though. It does this every time it gets warm and it's annoying. I need advice on how to fix the damn problem. Let's see if it runs off starting fluid. If it runs off starting fluid, the fuel shut off. If not, it's just hot. Jeez, that shit was already warm. I don't want to put it on the block, because if I crack the block, then we're shit out of luck. Oh, shit. Okay. Not having any problems now. Maybe it's just having problems getting air. Just run it without the air filter. Seems to run fine without the air filter in it. I think our flywheel's going bad. Just need new fins on that sucker. This is death by fuel shut off, isn't it? Alright. Starting fluid trick. If it runs off starting fluid, grab the hammer. Let it get completely fresh air for now. It's never acted this bad before. Meow. You're gonna want to let Biscuit in the house. Either A, the solenoid's gone bad again, or B, the starter's gone.
You're ever going to get that today or not?
Well, it decides if this thing wants to run. Sure, just keep going. There. We're gonna have to let it cool. It's running off starter fluid, so I don't think it's getting fuel. What?
Look, all the fuel up. I just tried to start it.
No, it sounds like the fuel shut off. Might be blocking our fuel again. Alright. Oh shit. Uh-oh. I am not seeing anything in there, folks. Yeah, it looks empty. So, I think our fuel shutoff has malfunctioned and is cutting off fuel circulation. I can't go and get a fuel shutoff valve right now. So, looks like we gotta get creative. Shut it off. fuel. I don't know if you guys won't be able to really see it, but wearing this hat. It's a little thing we can wear for good old mower, because why not? But dude, it has been an hour. Record that video at 4. That was a bit hard. But it's been about an hour now. It's 5 o'clock. This sucker should be cooled. Let's go set up the camera and yeah. Hope that it runs. Because if it don't, we gonna have a fit. I'm just gonna go run over to the mower because I don't want to keep you all waiting too long. I gotta get this thing up and running and moving. Damn it. There. I gotta go turtle freaking pace because this damn thing don't want to run right. God damn it. Oh, bullshit. Goddamn fuel. You disappoint me. There ain't no way in hell there's a reason for this thing to be doing this. This thing was running just fine nearly 4 months ago. There's no way in hell this thing is... Holy god damn, that is hot. I can feel it. I can feel the heat radiating off the engine. The video is short, so I might as well take the battery off on camera. Single-handed. Because, yeah, it's, still, well, you know what? Nah, leave the battery in. It's a new battery. It should be fine. I mean, it's summer now, dudes. Like, come on. It's not gonna get that cold to drain the goddamn battery. I'm just gonna leave the battery in there at this point. Someone let me know what's going on. What it could be. It was sitting for 4 months and had fuel in it. So, I mean, it's running. Clearly, the carb isn't clogged, because clearly it's running. The fuel shut off, malfunctioning, is probably the goddamn issue. Because that little son of a bitch, don't want to run right. There ain't no fuel showing inside that filter. And I know for a damn, if I look in here, there ain't no clogs. Oh, what the fuck? How did you get in there? Hello? That looks like I'm getting a new tank. Damn it, you. I get money and this thing's already screaming for parts. Hey, caramba. What happened to the good old days? Huh? What happened to the good old days? Reliable my ass. Hey, caramba. Remember, you matter, you make a difference as well, no matter who or what you are. Even if you're a damn machine. And, have a good rest of your day. Has your John Deere GX75 a problem? Well, we got a problem on this one. We're gonna go bring her out. And I'm gonna show you guys how simple these things truly are to work on. These things are pretty easy. They're also really light. So now, our obvious issue. Let's see. If you guys haven't noticed, this thing chugs. Believe something to do with our fuel. You can press it. Obviously, this is supposed to be in here. It's broke. But put full throttle, listen to it, and see if there's any major things you can notice. So, because this thing is operating, I am going to have to lift this So let's do that with the simple editing trick. Bam! Propped open. So obviously you may not notice your issue at first. So we're going to show you guys how you can diagnose it. There are several ways to diagnose issues with these simple machines. I mean, hell, if you even need to, if you're strong enough and you're not entirely helpless, not to be rude, you can simply put some ramps, put them up. Because these things really aren't that heavy. This bar Pacific is only about 270 pounds. So let's go for a test ride and see if we can diagnose the issue that way. So obviously it sounds normal, because these mowers here have quite the simple controls. You can look down, you got your brake, your clutch, your deck level, throttle, gauge, your engagement for your blades, which stalls the engine if it's at low RPM, and your gear shift. So, if we crank her up the max, you can watch the exhaust fumes. Watch for any differences. Obviously mine has a muffler. Does not come with muffler stock. That is a modification. You can tell right there it's pumping out fumes. And if you smell it, right now to me it smells lean. It's getting too much air, not enough fuel. Let's go on a ride. Simply push your clutch in, shift to a gear, we'll go third, release your clutch, and if you got a suicide knob, which I bought from AutoZone, you can simply ride around. We'll go to the front of the house and then back, listen for any major differences. Obviously, if I hold in the clutch, it should roll. You can see, even on the slope, I let go of the clutch, it stops. That is a transaxle issue. Something with the drivetrain. I got a triangle on here, so I don't got to worry about the road too much. You guys can hear it, it is starting to chug. It makes everything easy to operate. Simply turn, watch, as I can nearly avoid this, no problem. Mowers have very good maneuverability. But you can hear it, it's starting to chug. Now you can let it sit, let it go down, settle down, so you can hear it. You can see it shaking. So, cut your throttle, cut the key. To make sure no further damage can be put onto this machine. Now, obviously, a lot of these are pretty easy to access. You could take this airbox off by simply loosening this. You can simply take this heat shield off with a simple bolt. that sits right back over here. There's simple screws that hold this thing together. Mine are broke. You got your simple fuel line, which is, in my opinion, a little bit dangerously close to the wheel right here. You guys can see. But now, what exactly can you do here? Well, you can check, and you can even look at your fuel filter here. And if you guys can see, that fuel filter looks dry. Also, my rear looks incredible. Oh, that's really flat. Okay, lesson 1, check your tires. Use common sense, please, when it comes to these machines. That is something you necessarily need a lot. So, showing you guys here, what can you do? Well, I could simply just take this off, and I probably will. But this body isn't all that easy to just take off. So you can opt for a simple solution and simply close your shut off. Now no fuel should get out. You can take your pliers and take off your clip wherever that may be. I'll take the one off right by the carb. Notice how I have to even replace my line soon as mine are becoming cracked. So, keep it held high and turn your line. I'm going to make sure it drips somewheres on here except for the grass so you guys can see nothing. Now, I'm going to open up the shutoff. I'm going to open it up and we're going to watch. If anything drains, that's good. We're getting fuel through there, and it could just be our bowl. And look at that, we're draining fuel. That's a good sign. That means it's not our shutoff. And my previous thought of the shutoff being faulty has just been proven incorrect. You can now simply go ahead and put these on. These only require a simple pliers, but truly are effective. So you can open up the shutoff once again, and now you know these are relatively simple to work on. It truly isn't that bad when it comes to maintenance. I mean, heck, say I need to take off my air filter. Take this. Okay, unscrew it. Take this off. Take this off. Take your top. Take it off. Take your air filter, which should have a foam around it. Mine doesn't. Then you can simply take this, pop it out, and there you go. There's your carburetor, right there, with all the nifty lobes being your choke and throttle. Now to put it back on, it's just the same steps. Put it in, make sure it clicks into place, because you want to make sure that your carb does actually have the parts on it properly. And see, just as easy as that, your issues are fixed. Obviously, if you've welded something on it, like a muffler, it's not going to be so easy to simply put that on and take it off. Because you can't just put a weld on and then take your weld off. You got to grind it down. You want to do a lot of maintenance when the engine is cool, or take your battery out for common sense, people. But that's not always the case. You can't always do that, and sometimes when it comes to fuel work, the battery doesn't have to be removed. Because if you're working on your fuel source, such as a fuel pump or something, or making sure your seat properly works, you don't gotta take it out. Because if you're disconnecting fuel lines and the engine tries to fire up, it ain't gonna run for too long with the fuel source gone. Now, if you're working within the engine bay, cool, yeah, you might want to take your battery out. These, however, common sense, no belts, nothing really bad exposed except for heat, because it's hot. Besides that, these are some very easy machines to work on. So let's go ahead and get a drive over. I can't set the recording phone on the grass because obviously, grass will interact with the screen. So, yeah, have you ever wanted to know what these things look like on the underneath? Well, today you're about to find out. You see this thing's chugging pretty bad, so hopes that she runs. Remember, clutch in, key. First, second, third. You also want to make sure if your plastics are damaged, such as mine. Feel the gears, feel them, because the shifter clicks or it has that little bit of like it's getting over a little hill kind of feel every time you shift. And be warned, at low throttle, the torque is not the best as well. You always think high torque, low throttle, high gear equals lots of torque. You can easily install these things. Obviously with modifications, it can be pretty easy. But yeah. So let's get a drive over. There you go. That's a drive over. So now, you can simply make sure you're good. And yeah. And these things do have quite the hell of a durability. When worn, can pop wheelies. And if you notice, mine is now suffering from a flat tire. Yes, it's still soft. These mowers don't just quit. You can't can't just kill a GX75. No. These GX75s will battle death. This GX75 has not only been through hell and back several times. Through dust, through dirt, through rain. I've mowed in rain, alright? I've had that deck running over dust, over dirt. I've had rocks kick out that blade. And not once have I killed this thing so bad that I've had to replace a major part. The only major I've replaced has been the starter solenoid. Other big parts can include my drive belt for the deck, but that is not a part needed to run. Alright? The spark plug that was in here at one point was rusted. It was starting to fall apart because it was so rusty. It was the only spark plug I had. I put that spark plug in knowing that rust could disintegrate in the engine. I screwed that spark plug in. I put the cord on. I started it, and it started right up. That rust did not affect it. Because these machines, just John Deere's alone will fight death. Nothing runs like a John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer, like the old slogan says. They're right. Nothing will kill these things. These things are their own battle. Alright? I could have one wheel on there. That other wheel, we could say that wheel's locked up. It don't spin. Only that wheel spins. This mower will drag that wheel. No matter what. It will keep going. When that wheel was bent at a 90 degree and that wheel was pointing straight, it dragged that wheel. Remember, folks, you can't just kill a deer off. No. You gotta find a way to cheat the system to do that. But regardless, a deer, like the GX75, my personal one, goes through hell, comes back better and stronger. Don't give up. And don't let a small problem get in your way. Because I've climbed a mountain of loose rocks in that thing before. Sure, it hopped, it slid, it climbed the hill ultimately. You don't kill these things off. And if you get rid of one because it's got a small problem, rethink. You definitely made the wrong choice. You don't just get rid of a deer. John Deere might be money hungry at times, but in the end, it's all worth it. For a machine that can conquer just about anything, hell, I could do this on purpose. I've done that probably, 10, 20 times in this thing? When I was in a rush. The starter's still completely fine. So is the flywheel. By the way, the time I did it that time, that was on purpose. And I can guarantee you, it will start right back up. No issues whatsoever. Don't give up on a deer. So, I'd like to thank everybody for watching this documentary I've made on the GX75. It's been a pleasure to do this all for you guys, and to not only feature my personal John Deere, but to give you guys a lot of knowledge and give you some insight on other things such as other projects that I'm working on, as well as the RX-73 here, one of the brothers of the GX75. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to check out my YouTube channel, Kitten Plays 23, with a Z instead of an S. And I'm Kitten Plays 23, also known as Gabe. And I'll see you guys next time in the next video, documentary, or whatever is posted here on my channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you all so much for watching yet again. It's a pleasure to do this. And remember, you matter. You make a difference in this world no matter who or what you are. And never give up. Always keep fighting. Don't be exactly like one, but take after a deer. Don't give up. I'll see you guys next time.